better? Good. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. First item, should there be a fire or a fire alarm, it means there is a fire. It won't be a drill. So I'd like everyone to get out immediately by the closest exit, front door, or to the rear. Just before we start into the actual meeting, I think it's incumbent on me that as chair of Handforth Town Council, I think I would speak for all residents in condemning the actions of Russia in invading Ukraine with no provocation. That's the extent of any politicking. To receive apologies for absence. All here, so none. 22072. To note declaration of interest and request for dispensation to discuss and vote on a matter in which a member or co-opted member has a disclosable pecuniary or non-pecuniary interest. Do any councillors have any interest? Thank you. Thank you. Just
I've declared an interest on the donation for Pitmere Road as I live on that road, and I won't be taking part in the vote.
I'm declaring an interest in the donation for the youth club. Because I volunteer there.
Yes. Thank you. Any more declarations? No. Thank you.
Just say, just to clarify, I also do volunteer at the youth club, but I don't know if it's the junior one. I don't think it is the junior one, but I just want to make sure that there isn't any conflict. It's the one on Monday evenings.
Which?
Senior one, isn't it? Yeah, I just wanted to clarify to make sure. Am I okay to vote on it? Yeah.
Any more? Oh, sorry, yes. I need to mention about... where is it? It's not on the list? Oh, sorry. Beg your pardon. Right. Sorry, I was thinking about the youth club. Yes, I have an interest in Friends of Stanley Hall Park, which is going together with the youth club for this event. It's included with the youth club. Yeah. Okay.
A resident from Oakmere has sent in an application, but it's not on the list, Ashley.
Thank you. Next item, 22073, open forum. Any questions or comments from members of the public can be brought up in the forum. The maximum is 15 minutes as a total, unless the chair decides otherwise. Strictly 3 minutes per person. Do we have any members of the public wish to mention anything in the open forum? Roger. Yes, it's we have the option to items not pertaining to the agenda. But yes, it can be spoken of. They've read it. Anything that they're reading in the paper, we may not be able to answer. We may not be able to give an opinion, but I don't think there's anything to stop. Is that right, Ashley? Sorry, Roger, just 1 second.
Chair, can I please ask that members of the public use the microphone, because I've had complaints from people watching it on YouTube that they can't hear what members of the public are saying.
Okay.
Thank you.
When I read the article published by Wilmslow.co.uk, I was very surprised and disappointed to see that there was no provision for making comment. I wrote to Lisa Reeves and said, now why is this? And got the simple answer, legal reasons. Now I understand that on Wednesday, at least 2 representatives from this council will attend the meeting of the Ordnance and Governance Committee, whose agenda is this very report that we're talking about. I'd like, if possible, to receive some indication of what our representatives from this council might ask Cheshire East about that report. And can I say that 2 things particularly disappointed me about the report? There's no mention of the fact that our parish clerk was suspended at any time. I was disappointed to see that not only was that not mentioned, but the parish clerk, as far as I am aware, has never been publicly exonerated of any wrongdoing. That's something which I think should be corrected, and perhaps with an apology from the relevant body. I was also disappointed to see that the Avonshaw contract was not mentioned in that report. I don't know why that was, but I think that was a particularly important misdoing on somebody's part, and that ought to have been mentioned in the report.
Thank you, Roger. Just a couple of comments as regards the not being able to comment on the Wilmslow.co.uk. I had a call this morning from a woman who interviewed me last year for the BBC asking for my comments, and my response to her was that I will wait until after, and it's Thursday, not Wednesday. I will wait until after that meeting has taken place before making any further comment. I don't want anything that we do to possibly have an impact on the outcome of the investigation, as you can understand. As far as Avonshaw, that happened after the events which were investigated. There is nothing to say that that may not come up again in one way or another, which I would like to see. And as for the clerk, yes, we have continually said that Ashley requires this public exoneration, and that we were looking to achieve that when we speak on Thursday. That's your question. Okay.
Chair, just before we move on, just one very quick one about the interest. I'm volunteering with the Friends of Hempford Station. Do I need to declare that? Can I vote on it or not? I was just thinking about it as we were.
Okay, thanks, Ashley. Any more comments? No. Does anyone from St Benedict's have any questions? No. Okay. Next item, 22074, to approve and sign the minutes, Hanford Town Council meeting, 8th of February. Does anyone have any issue with the minutes? No. Can I have a proposal, please? Thank you. Wilmot, and a second, Councillor Smith. And can I have a vote in favour, please? Thank you. Next item, 22075, to receive a report from the PCSO. Did one arrive? No. Okay. Okay, so not on this occasion. Next item, 22076, to approve and sign the order of payments for March 2022. Does Does anyone have any queries? Find them. What I would put out there is that you can see on the order of payments, the two quite considerable items for election costs, which I think I mentioned at the last meeting, that with better timing by the people who resigned, elections could have been held when we were having the police crime commissioner elections. That would have had an effect on the amount of money that we would have to pay. And there is still one more invoice awaited. No objections on the funds? No? Okay, can I have a proposal, please? Councillor Sullivan, and second, Councillor Moore. Thank you. Can I have a vote in favour to accept the order of payments? Unanimous. Thank you. Next item, to receive a report from Ward Councillor Julie Smith.
Thank you, Chair. On the 23rd of February, I attended the Northern Planning Committee meeting on which the application for 39 apartments at the former Cypress House was being considered. As I was already predetermined on this application, I couldn't sit on the committee and instead spoke against the development as a ward councillor. The application was subsequently refused. I've been informed today that the application considered by Handforth Town Council Planning Committee on the independent living accommodation at One School Road has been granted. Cheshire East Full Council meeting took place on the 24th of February, and the main agenda item was the budget for 22-23. I voted in favour of the 2.99% increase in council tax, as the money is needed to protect the most vulnerable in our communities. There is also an additional £19 million being invested into roads maintenance over the next 3 years. On the 28th of February, a skip was provided for the South Ward, and due to a suitable location being unavailable, it was decided to place it on the youth centre car park. It was very well received and filled in the allotted time. I attended the Friends of Handforth Station Tidy Up Day again, and I'm pleased to report that there wasn't anywhere near the amount of rubbish to collect than there was last month. I discussed the Scruffy footbridge with Hugh Everett, and he's looking into getting a volunteer group from Network Rail to come and work with community volunteers to tidy it up, hopefully repainting it, highlighting the step edges, and installing some solar lighting to make it a safer way to cross the tracks. I also offered to borrow a mobile pressure washer and clean the platform shelter roofs so that they look presentable when coming down the steps onto the platform. A nice idea would be to cover them in turf and sow wildflowers, which is something I think we could look at doing with the disused bus shelters on Spath Lane. Apparently the street light at the top of the northbound platform is quite dim, so I've asked for Cheshire East to increase the illumination on it to clearly light the path from the top of the platform to the pavement. The long-awaited relining of Grangeway and Wilmslow Road is scheduled to take place this Sunday, the 13th of March, where upon completion we hope that the bad parking issues will be resolved. I took part in a community collection of donations for Ukraine in the paddock last Saturday. This was an overwhelming success thanks to the generosity of our wonderful community. There will be a community litter pick in the village this coming Saturday, the 12th of March, and this time we have even more equipment, so hopefully no one will be left out. Friends of Stanley Hall Park have had lots of saplings donated by the Woodland Trust, about 100 metres of hedgerow saplings. And there'll be a community planting event on Saturday the 19th of March from 10 o'clock till 3 o'clock. ANSA have been extremely busy in both Merriton Road Park and Stanley Hall Park this month, planting lots of different trees. So thank you to Cheshire East and ANSA. At the start of the first lockdown 2 years ago, Councillor Sue Moore and myself set up a Neighbours Helping Neighbours scheme, which was a scheme whereby volunteers from around the village offered their services helping the most vulnerable in our community by shopping, collecting prescriptions and helping where needed. We had more than 85 volunteers and practically every road in Handforth covered, and their work was invaluable. We have been given some money by Cheshire East to lay on an event to thank the volunteers for their community spirit, and are having a party at the Railway Public House on Friday the 8th of April, and we'll be inviting them all along. It's not, finally, although it's not, I have bought 50 Ukrainian flags, which Ashley and Paul will put on the lamppost throughout the village to show our support for Ukraine. And as a late entry, I've received an email today from Cheshire East that they are giving community grants out to anybody wanting to organise a community event. The forms are on the website and I'll send the details over to Ashley. They're offering £120 to each community group that applies to organise an event in their own street or within their community group. So also on the Queen's Jubilee events, for road closures, there will be no charges for the road closures, but you have to apply for the road to be closed. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. Next item, 22078. Motion is to receive an update on previously awarded grant applications from 21-22. Councillor Sampson.
Yes, Councillor, hopefully you will have received all of the information that I asked Ashley to get. You will see that the majority of people that have had a grant from us have given us an update on why, where and how they've spent our money. So rather than go through each one, do any councillors have any questions that hopefully I may be able to answer? I'd just like to thank the community of Handforth for applying for these grants to benefit the community. And I know that St Benedict's had a grant from us, and we've got some of the children here tonight. So thank you very much.
Can I propose that that's accepted? Second, thank you. Vote in favour? Thank you. No. No, I don't think so. No. Okay, 22079, to review and agree any received Queen's Platinum Jubilee Award applications. So we'll just go down the list. Let us know if we miss any out, Ashley. St Benedict's School.
Our names are Charlie, Brooke and Lucas. We are members of St Benedict's School Council. Our role in school is to help with school activities, tasks for the school governors, help with the gardens, and put forward children's ideas to Mrs. Maguire. Firstly, we would like to thank you for your kind grants to our school already. The first grants were for the vegetable planters, and we are already working hard on growing vegetables. We look forward to be able to serve them in our school kitchen soon. The second grant was for the bug hotels. They have arrived and are going to be built before Easter. We can't wait to see the younger children investigating and learning about bugs and insects.
We come to you again today to request a grant of £500 to support us with our Jubilee Day. celebrations. We plan to hold the party on Monday, 6th of June. We are saying prayers that the weather will be nice because we are going to line tables across the field at lunchtime. We are writing letters to the local parishioners and some Gwynedd Morley care home residents to invite them to join the celebrations. The children will be encouraged to dress in 50s costumes, and the staff intend to use it as an opportunity for a history lesson. We would really like a brass band to play so that we can experience some songs from the 50s. We have lots of aspiring musicians in our school, and we hope that they will make an inspiration from it. We are all still trying to find a band to play. If we cannot find one, then we will have some ballroom dancing lessons instead, which would be a great opportunity for us too. We will also use a small amount of the grant for decorating the tables and putting up bunting.
Yes. Well done. Well done. It's not easy speaking out loud in front of people, is it? Oh, you did very well. Thank you. Next item, the Gwynedd Morley Court residence, £300. Any? I beg your pardon. They're all collectively. Yes, can we have a proposal, please? Yes, and a second. Yes, and can we have a vote in favour? Unanimous. Thank you. And now we'll go on to the next item. Oh, are you going? And go hunting down a brass band somewhere. Yes. Elderly Scouts, isn't it? Ashley's on the drum. Okay. So, Hannah, did you want to leave now, or do you want to wait till the end? Pleasure. Thank you. Thank you. Next award application, the Gwynedd Morley Court residence, £300. Thank you. And a second, Councillor Smith. Can I have a vote in favour? Unanimous. Thank you. Next item, Dean View residence. It's right next to the river. Finsbury. Yes. Yes. 50 quid. Yes, should we just vote on that? Yes. Thank you. So yes. Now, Always Active. Always Active is a commercial. I got it. No. This is so you changed it on me. Fair enough. I don't have to talk about that. Fine. Next item, Handforth Junior Youth Club, £500. Thank you. Second, have a vote in favour, please. Thank you. And as we said before, that includes the Friends of Stanley Hall Park.
It includes the Junior Youth Club, Sensational Stay and Play, Senior Youth Club, and Friends of Stanley Hall Park.
Thank you. Next item, Pitmere Road residents. Can I propose Pitmere Road residents? Second, Councillor Sullivan. All in favour, please. 6. Yes, thank you. One abstention. Next item. Yeah, just making sure. Friends of Hamfield Station, £400 and 50 pence. So I've got a. Yeah, I seriously think. I think that 50 pence just takes it over. I'm afraid. Yes.
I'll propose.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Thank you. Can I have a vote, please, in favour? Yes, thank you. And that's the state of play so far.
Yeah.
There's a couple of residents' roads that have requested it, but not much. I think what it Yeah, absolutely. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Only got it today.
Yeah.
They sent it. Chair,
So,
on the particular road, how are you going to get this money to the people? Because some of them don't.
that gives an audit trail then, doesn't it? Yes. Okay. Yep, understood. Roger, you have a query? Well, I take it there will be a replacement for those. So perhaps you could practice on the old ones when they get gone. Try and incorporate the new ones. Okay. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Good. Don't need to say anything else, Ashley, on the Queen's Platinum Awards? No. Okay. Thank you. Yes. Item 220710. We would like to defer this item. Because it's, the focus is changing possibly slightly. So we'll bring it back to April. Yes? Can I have a proposal to defer? Thank you. And thank you. Can I have a vote, please? Voted to defer. Thank you. Roger, fancy that. What? Excellent. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Roger. Notices and correspondence. You'll be pleased to know, Roger, that we've had another letter from Avonshaw, and they are writing in relation to our outstanding balance on the Avonshaw account, and it's the same old thing that they are coming up with, and this was from the 18th of February, so it's quite a recent one, and it is a letter before action which they have sent to us. Our legal representatives have responded on the 23rd of February. We act for the above named client. We have reviewed your letters dated 27th of September 2021 and the 18th of February 2022. Please note that the attached contract that you have sent does not relate to our client. This is a serious data protection breach. There were two contracts in with the letter, which nothing to do with Hampford Town Council. It's a couple of their other clients whose perhaps it says something about how efficient Avonshaw are. Yes. We've reviewed the contract entered into and signed by Mr. Brian Tolver. Please note that Mr. Tolver did not have authority to sign this agreement. This would have required a resolution by the Parish Council. No such resolution was sought. We acknowledge that for the purposes of entering into this agreement, your company may have thought that Mr. Tolver had apparent authority. He had no such authority. The Parish Council's rooms are extremely well defined regarding councillors entering into contracts for goods and services. Mr. Tolver did not follow the Council's procedures and is therefore in breach of his fiduciary duties. Furthermore, the contract entered into by Mr. Tolver was not in the best interests of the Parish Council. Again, Mr. Tolver is in breach of his duties. We would therefore suggest that you pursue Mr. Tolver directly regarding any alleged breach of contract. In accordance with the principles of Marlbury Limited versus Laditi and another in 2016, it was Mr. Tolver who signed the agreement, and he is therefore responsible for performance of the contract. Our client had no knowledge of the contract, and they had not given any authority to enter into it. It should also be noted that Mr. Tolver did in fact discharge your first three invoices personally, without the knowledge of the wider Parish Council. This clearly demonstrates the fact that the contract was entered into by Mr. Tolver rather than the Parish Council. Our client is a non-profit making organisation. They are a Parish Council, and the members are elected volunteers who act in the best interests of the wider community. As such, we feel that a court would take a very dim view of any attempt to pursue our client for this alleged breach of contract. Any such action would not be in the public interest. We look forward to receiving confirmation that you have now redirected this matter to Mr. Brian Tolver. It is excellent, isn't it? Yes, thank you. I mentioned earlier about the election costs, and that's already been included. As I said, it will be probably about 20 grand in election costs that we will be looking at, when it might have been less, maybe about 15 if resignations had taken place when you might have expected them to. And just need now to agree the date of the next meeting. Oh, beg your pardon. This important letter here that I need to open. I don't know what the content is, but bear with me. It says to sin, excuse me, to sin and all the parish council put through her door. We have, dear Cynthia, all the parish council, thank you so much for your very kind and useful gifts. Very grateful to you. Yours sincerely, Jan White, Peacock Way, Hanforth. It's a bit difficult to read because it's in different colours and at different angles. So we have a dear Sin and all the parish council, thank you so much for your very kind gifts and useful. Yours, Jan. And this is someone who benefited from the cold weather equipment that was purchased by Cheshire East and was sitting in a cupboard in the youth centre for quite some time. And then, yeah, we had some people whose names were put forward, and I know that Councillor Smith knew already of a few, Cynthia, and these useful items to try and help people keep warmer in these in the winter, particularly the elderly, been very well received and very nice. Thank you. And date of the next meeting, please, Ashley. 12th of April. Thank you. End of the meeting.